Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome. Morning with the boys. Morning.
Back at it again. Back to back.
Morning.
How goes it with everybody? Now, granted, it might be 12:49,
It should catch up. Hopefully, there we go.
so it's not exactly morning in Billings, Montana. But you know what? What better than
Morning
a Friday? Do a little podcasting.
Yeah. It's morning somewhere.
What else is better? I guess that's a serious question. What would you rather be doing right now?
No, I mean this is pretty solid. It's a good Friday.
Good Friday.
It's a good Friday. Yep, hanging
Got the
out.
kids.
Yeah, did a little bit of editing this morning, which I actually do enjoy. So that's always fun.
Saves my caveman self.
Yeah.
They were roasting me hard, guys, behind the scenes.
Just
They were saying I'm pretty worthless.
No.
They're lucky you're kind of good looking. Not my words, remember.
You said you were going to leave the podcast, and all I said is you wouldn't even know how to go live if you were trying to do it by yourself.
Once again, a lot of allegations. No truth behind it.
I know you've
Why
seen
would
me
I
do
ever
it
leave?
twice now.
My beautiful audience. I don't even have my other viewer. We'll get back to them.
Build it and they will come.
That's what I was
Speaking of
almost
movies,
thinking
yeah.
about getting a Wayne's World poster that says, if you podcast, they will listen, or something dumb
stupid,
like that.
If you cast, they will shed their ears.
That's almost too prophetic.
If you're going to be hanging it on the wall,
Especially
you got to
when you go over here whispering like you're Joe Biden or something.
Hey, one of these days we're going to ice cream factory. Got to get more of those ice cream factories.
Man, thank goodness we got Kamala come on her hairs, and Donnie T.
Donnie.
Who do you honestly think right now? Say the election was tomorrow. Who do you got?
I mean, it's a toss-up. I think Kamala's going to get it just because everyone's like, anyone but Trump. And then they freaking waited.
What happens to Billings, Montana?
Nothing, dude. Just like every other freaking president that we
You don't
didn't want to
think
get in.
There's going to be rioting in the streets?
Not here, maybe. Not here. I will call my buddy who lives near Washington, D.C. and ask him what the hell went
Billings,
down.
they're like, we got more sense than to just destroy our stuff.
Yeah.
That's silly.
It usually doesn't trickle down enough to affect me other than like fuel prices and,
Which are pretty good
economy.
right now. We're rocking a solid $3.
Yeah, but food's not.
Is it $6 in California yet? Is it $6 right now in California?
We'll check. Yeah. We'll have to see. I don't think 6. When I was in Alaska, it was like $4 when it was like $3 down here. But that's Alaska.
Dude, speaking,
Alaska.
because it sounds like you'll be making a trip that way. I'm kind of envious. It seems like one of the most beautiful places you could ever go fishing.
It is.
And I'm big on fishing these days. I'm getting older. I enjoy throwing my pole on river, sitting there.
Especially if you can get on a boat and get out on the ocean. Oh, halibut fishing. My brother pulled in a 150-pound halibut. It wrapped all of the lines up when we were trying to get it. So it was like 4 grown men and my brother pulling up fishing lines at the same time to try to get all the lines to come up and not tangle as bad. It's crazy. And that fish was bigger than me when I was like 13.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a picture of me standing next to it. That fucker's bigger than me.
What even happens? How much meat do you get off of that fish?
Oh God, probably got 100 pounds of meat off 150 pound. Yeah, so it was like
primo halibut.
And obviously they split it up between all the families and you ship it home. And yeah, it was good. We good eating for the next couple months.
Seriously, some people, you could literally go to a fancy restaurant and get halibut and chips, and it's $40 a plate.
$4.76 for gas in California. That's not bad at all.
Look at California.
That's not bad at all. So fuel prices are all right, but that's probably just because it's an election year. What was it, 2 years ago?
It was rough 2 years ago in California.
That's what I thought.
It was
Yeah, exactly.
$5 and some change.
Of course, it's $4.70 right now when they're trying to re-elect the same administration, essentially.
Yeah, because you definitely know Kamala's not running on.
Well, dude, that's what's weird. Where did Biden go? Is he still running the country or not?
No, I think he's definitely out.
He's got 5 months left before it's technically he's out.
But he doesn't even now they stopped giving him all the stuff that kept him going the whole time.
Who's running the shit then?
Oh, it's a free-for-all for I think for the next 5 months. Hopefully somebody gets grabbed by their pussy again.
Hey man, we learned that Donald wasn't the first Trump to do that.
Oh man, talk about deep dive.
Yeah,
because we do some research.
Yeah.
DJ doesn't do it all. We look it up.
Yeah, in my time as a political amateur researchist.
Not analyst anymore?
Analyst? Political analyst. Yeah, amateur political analyst. We found out Donald Trump's grandfather opened a brothel and a restaurant back in the gold rush days, and that's how he made all of his money. So I'm sure Grandpa Trump was who taught him how to grab him by the pussy. You know?
Dude's got a bone.
And if you're running a brothel, you definitely got to put those girls in line, you know?
He said it was for the
gold rush guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All them guys.
Yep. So they're just paying in nuggets.
What do you even do with that? You grow up and you're like, I got this nugget. I don't know if I'm supposed to turn it into a coin, but I got the nugget.
Yeah, like, my grandpa told me this nugget was up some. You know where I'm going with that one. Yeah. Freaking Mercedes.
This isn't that kind of podcast.
Mercedes use this as a butt plug.
Jeez, I just said this is not that kind of podcast.
And I went there. I'm sorry. I apologize, everybody.
You should. We lost our viewer. We had one viewer, now we have none.
Yeah.
It's because of your butt plug humor.
Yeah.
Let's get to the things that the people want to hear us talk about. Gaming. They want to hear us talk about relaxing. What do we do after work is over? They want to hear about how terrible some things are. How
your
awesome
love for fishing has translated very well into the gaming industry as of late, as it seems every game is about. It has fishing now.
It competes right there with actual fishing. I can literally just sit there and click the button, and it's almost better than fishing because I win almost every time.
Well, what are you playing right now for fishing? What game are you playing for fishing?
Near.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's your same game. It has fishing in it. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It is so awesome.
Okay.
And that's what I was giving it a whirl yesterday and having time of my life. But then some serious stuff happens in the middle of the game. I gotta go save somebody. But then also, there's some primo fishing area right here. So I gotta take about a couple hours and catch me some fish real quick. I gotta ride a moose for a little bit. They got a warthog. I gotta take it for a stroll. Now, granted, they're being tortured, but, priorities.
You'll get there.
I will get there to save the day. You guys act like I'm not gonna save the day in the end.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, because No Man's Sky just had a fishing update.
Which doesn't really make any sense to me. Like, what are you going planet to planet fishing?
Yep.
So what you're telling me that every planet you go to is going to have fish on it?
Yeah, and I'm wondering how they did that. I'm wondering if there's just like a generic... Cause
somebody's going to fuck around and catch a kraken.
With the No Man's Sky animals, they do all tend to be... Like, you go to a different planet and you'll see one that looks similar to a different one that you've seen. So I'm wondering if they're going to kind of do the same thing with the fish, or if it's actually going to be all the same fish. But there's now it's just something more for people to do.
Like 12 different planets and you show up with a goldfish.
Yeah.
Damn goldfish. I get on 12 different planets.
Really, guys?
Come on, guys.
Every planet?
There's a rainbow trout on Venus.
This is the most dominant species in the fucking galaxy. A goldfish.
This is what we got? This is what we're working with?
Fucking goldfish.
Come on now. Give me something.
But no, they, looks like we got some pictures of them right there, too.
Oh, dude, we got our viewer back. How good is that? We lost him, got him back. So keep your butt plug humor out of here.
But there's Well, Fishing Planet is another. If you want to actually just play a fishing game, Fishing Planet is sweet.
Dude, we were reveling.
You go different parts of the world, and you're actually fishing these different lakes that are real lakes, and it actually different bait, different lures gets you different fish. It's actually a pretty fun time. If you enjoy fishing, you might like it.
And I think that would take a lot of people out of it if you had to get that intricate. I was so jacked, those old school games like Bass Pro Shop, the fishing ones. You just got to click X a million times till you reel your fish in. That's a good time. That's a hell of a time. I'm pulling in.
But you're like, no, if I got to actually
marlin,
know my baits and
then I might
shit.
as well go fishing. It's like half the games that you play on the VR. They don't make any sense to me. Tell me, people, if you're a truck driver in real life, the second you get off, you're trying to plug into VR and truck drive all over again, trying to pull a couple trips through Montana into Idaho. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
I've only done that once. The VR is pretty. The
I
VR
see
sits
people
aside.
doing all kinds of stupid shit. I'm gonna go work at a convenience store. I'm gonna go open a small business. I'm gonna go clean houses. I'm window wiping VR. I work too damn hard to go home and work more. Why am I gonna plug in and work more?
Yeah, that was GTA roleplay for me. It was, why am I coming home to go to work in a fake city where everyone is pretending to be like something they're not?
Near Automata. Animal Crossing, another great example. Perfect games where I'm too lazy to do the thing, which is pretty lazy to fish in the first place. There's not a whole lot to it. You can get a fucking worm on a stick. You're basically good to go. Instead, I'm like, I would rather stretch my fat ass across this couch, put my controller on my belly, let it rest, and just go ahead and click that sucker until I got a fish on my line. And when I did, I'm a winner.
I'm a winner.
Way better than I got to load up the gear. I got to get my chair. I got to get the worms.
Well, and
I got to get over to my fishing spot. And then do you even got a fishing spot? And then am I encroaching on another man's fishing hole?
I mean, you got to think about it. Here in Montana, we probably only have 6 months out of the year to really fish.
No, I mean, you got them boys who love ice fishing.
It's true.
Could you do it?
No.
Yeah.
I like snowboarding.
Shout out Ben Young if he actually listened. But I think he's a component of it. My old boss, he used to love ice fishing.
But I understand how if you doing something you enjoy, you can stand the cold. Snowboarding and snowmobiling, I could do that, but it's also a lot of movement. You're keeping your body going. You know, you're not just sitting there with the fish on your line.
True, but I also am. I'm not a big let's go cold.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, not a huge fan.
I'm so impressed. I got a friend of mine, and she was talking about going snowshoeing. And it sounds like the coolest thing ever until I think about standing outside. I don't think there's enough clothes I could put over my face and still be able to see and be warm. Do my feet, my hands. I need everything like covered up. And then do I really want to go outside if I look like a marshmallow?
Like the kid from Christmas Story?
Seriously.
Oh, man.
Tell me, did you ever have an incident where you licked the bowl and got it stuck bad?
No, but I watched people do it. So
there was so many times like you get super close and you test it. How close can I get?
And you just barely get it.
And I'm gonna do it. And then once in a while, man, I lost a part of that tongue. You know, you gotta make sacrifices once in a while. But you know, I wasn't gonna sit there and like let it hang there forever. You know what I mean? It was quick. Oof.
Yep. Get it out. Get it done with.
I was a 90s kid. 90s kid. You know what I mean? We're tougher back then. Not these kids nowadays.
We talked about it last time with even just our playground was fucking badass and ready to hurt us at any moment.
There was like never a time where, unless there was really blood, there was no trip to the hospital.
Yeah.
Or you must have
a little bit of blood,
screaming, wailing.
They're just like, all right, you're all right. Dust it off.
Ear infections seemed to be a lot more prone back then.
Ear infections? I never dealt with them really. I'm dealing with them more now that I have a freaking bad tooth.
It seemed like the only medicine we were getting back in the day was that pink stuff.
Do you remember when they put fluoride in the water?
No.
You don't remember that? No. I remember at Elder Grove.
I remember taking shots of fluoride and swishing. We had to do that in class for the dental stuff.
Swear to God, I remember when we were in middle school, they were like super excited that they put that shit in the water, and like they promoted it to us like it was supposed to help.
Oh yeah, because
like 10 years later, yeah, we won't go down all that stuff, but
the fluoride killing us.
It's a neurotoxin, bro.
Don't clean your mouth with it. Get that fluorine, that fluoride, all of it out of here.
My kid's school requires us to bring a filled up water bottle every day.
Requires you to bring your own water bottle? Whoa.
So I don't know if they know something or if they're... I'm all right with that. I'm like, shit,
y'all be prepared.
Yeah.
It's on you now. We're tired of hearing it.
Yep.
Quit bringing your problems to school. We're here to teach your kids.
We're tired of hearing the conspiracy parents come in and blame the fluoride because their kids are dumb.
What would you do like if the teachers and stuff like stand up for themselves and they're like, don't. You know what I mean?
Hey, don't.
You're not coming in here telling us what we can do and not do in here.
Don't.
Stop. Quit.
But yeah, I would definitely dealing with more ear infections now that I'm older and have a bad tooth.
Yeah. Let's get into that. The disgusting infection that's happening inside of your mouth. It's probably gonna take my co-host off. As soon as we're getting this thing off the ground, we're gonna lose my co-host.
It's gonna be it's gonna be great.
He's been in here.
Either that or we get a bunch of shorts out of me coming back from the dentist office.
Can we record it?
I mean, as long as I
put it in the dental office with you and like, hey guys, we're taking you behind the scenes to a root canal. I mean, getting your wisdom teeth pulled.
Oh, I was just watching it.
He's loving it. The viewers are loving it. They're loving it.
Oh, jeez.
But I know, as somebody who's gone through the wisdom teeth pain, I 100% I feel for it. Yeah. I've had all of mine ripped out of my face. So
I did 2 of them. I did this side when I was younger. This side would have required surgery. I'm wishing I would have done it now because it's been a couple of years since I've known that they were coming in the wrong way and pushing and starting to hurt. But now it's getting really bad. And
I mean, at the end of the day, you should have seen it when I used to have all 4 of my wisdom teeth. I was so smart. Like, you probably wouldn't even recognize me as the same person I am now. When I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth,
they really help.
I was so wise. Lost them.
Why did they pull them out?
Getting dumbed down.
Why did they pull them out?
You said that's the agenda.
Dude, yeah, you're right.
Is that not the agenda? Is they're just trying to dumb us down?
As soon as those teeth come in, your IQ spikes 110 points.
After that, man.
Yeah.
I might be close to the spectrum now. I'm dodging the stuff like bullets once again.
We are not doctors. Don't listen to anything we're actually saying. We're just...
I think it's pretty...
It sounds legit, dude.
Scientific.
I mean, statistically speaking, if you check the statistics,
guaranteed to work 100% of the time, 60% of the time.
60% of the time it works every time. But I'd probably have to say, I mean, I definitely know Mountain Dew is not helping my hygiene.
What are you drinking these days? Is it basically just coffee, Mountain Dew?
And Mountain Dew, yeah, really. I'll do coffee until noon. I try not to drink a Mountain Dew till afternoon. Today I did break that rule and I had a Mountain Dew at 11.
But there really isn't any, like when it's super hot during the summer, 8 o'clock, it's already 90 degrees. You walk outside with a cold Coke.
Well, no, if I've been working out in the backyard and I'm like, then I'm going to do some water, right? Okay, it's not like the only thing I drink.
Let's throw this out for all the real hard workers out here. What time are you getting up in the backyard doing some serious work?
If it's
your free time.
If it's my free time, then it's not till fucking noon at least.
And women, if you could just come to understand that, please Give us till noon on our days off to actually have to do anything.
That's one good thing. We've trained my kids really good on wake up in the morning. If I am still asleep, I ain't waking up for shit. Go get yourself a snack. Fucking play some video games for a little bit. I'll be up soon.
Nando's totally past that point. Now it's you have to be awake so then A, you can get ready for the fight if he's not awake. And then B, you just got to make sure he's out the door. Got all the things that he doesn't want to do because he's almost a teenage boy.
Yeah.
Think about us as teenage boys. Disgusting.
Yep. Well, I did. Izzy's an early riser, and I did that myself. I used to stream, and then
by himself. His baby mama did not help at all.
I used to stream at night, and then once she learned that I switched my streaming schedule to stream in the mornings before work, she started waking up at like 5 a.m. because she would hear, if she heard anything move and it was me waking up, she would wake up and come down and watch me stream. Man. And then after that, it never changed. She's always been an early riser.
That's cool though when your daughters come down and see you do your thing.
And having an early rising kid is not bad at all.
Also had to think that you were a crazy person. She didn't understand that there was people there.
I mean, I was explaining it to her, but yeah, just talking to the
screen.
My dad talks to the screen all the time. Responds to him. He's like calling it. He's got 5-6 different names for the screen. He's like, "Yo, bro."
And that's their reality that they're growing up with, and they're gonna become adults one day, and they're gonna have to look back and be like,
"See." And someone told me that, like, because I used to try to keep.
Who are all these people you keep talking to?
I can't even remember who this one was. This was way back before I even had kids. But it was like they said, our generation of kids is a technology generation. Like me personally, I'm halfway there, right? Because the internet came out when I was still pretty young.
But if we want to go down that rabbit hole, the good old days of dial-up internet,
dude. It covered up the phone line. Mom would call and be like, "I know you were on the internet. I tried to call 3 times earlier."
We have to kill the computer, possibly destroy it in the backyard because there's a boob that's half printed. Like, please finish. It was literally 007 all the time just to try to see a boob.
My parents put their computer in a locked credenza cabinet. And my brother figured out he could push the door open enough and unscrew the latch and get in there. And then we would have to close it back and screw it back together by the time my parents came home. And that's when my mom would be like, "I know you guys were on the internet. The phone line was tied up for 2 hours."
But also,
we got one picture printed in that 2 hours.
That's how powerful the calling is when you're a teenager. You're like, I gotta find it. There's somewhere.
Gotta get that boob, dude.
It's somewhere.
There's a boob picture out there, and it's gonna get printed. My mom's like, "Why am I always out of ink?"
That's fascinating. I don't even think we ever had it was definitely everything we came across was somebody else's, and they'd be like, "Hey, you give that back?" I'm like, "I don't know where it is."
It's actually stuck in a magazine right now.
I have it in my ceiling. Hopefully nobody ever finds that. Because we grew up in, like, my room back in the day. We had no sheetrock. It was always
a lot
like
of hiding spots.
Almost built. Always.
It was
like
always,
almost a room, always. Never painted.
It was always almost a room, damn.
Had windows at one point until those had to get covered up. And then, it was... if you showed it then and then showed it like modern kid growing up on that, I'm pretty sure CPS would have shown up. Like, I didn't think about it. There's no way I could. In 2024?
Damn.
Somebody's getting called. Back in 97?
As a 90s kid.
Man, you better suck it up.
Like, come on, you're
start swimming.
We got concrete on the floor. You're lucky we even got that.
We're flooded. Start swimming. It's good for you.
This is why.
Backstroke. Time for your chance.
This is why all your pants are a little bit too short.
Stay away from the outlets.
The story you told me about just sitting there on your bed and not telling anybody else. You're just like, fuck them. Figure it out here in a minute.
Okay, so if your basement is flooding, right, and you see it flooding, and you have brothers who are dickheads, would you tell them? I guess not. I shouldn't say all my brothers were dickheads. My older brother was a dickhead. And unfortunately, they all got lumped in together. At that point, I was like, fuck all you guys. You guys are going down. Give me all my dry stuff.
The sinking ship.
And that's probably why all my stuff got destroyed. Karma comes back. I had a chance probably. It was like, it wasn't even really flooded at that point. All I had to do was go tell everybody, hey, get your stuff up. Instead, I was like, y'all should have been prepared.
y'all should have thought about it. I thought about this before I even went to bed last night.
Y'all want to see how petty a motherfucker can be?
All right, petty off.
It's about to be as petty can be. Dude, I saw the best worst movie. Maybe not as good as Maxine, because Halsey was in Maxine. We all went over that. Also, shout out City Brew once again this morning. Shout out our barista.
I didn't make it.
Yeah.
I was editing.
So sponsors, take that into consideration when it's,
I was editing because last night all the editing I did was for naught. That was so it was so funny. So I spent a good 2 hours clipping and taking chunks out of the episode 1. And I'm like, nice. Then I spent another 20 minutes uploading those to the drive. Another 10 minutes downloading them to my phone just to pull them up and load it on my phone and be like, why can't I hear anything? And it's because, we had some settings turned off so that you guys don't hear an echo right now. And spent and then did it again and didn't get a full center on the video. And it was like, once you zoomed in that much, it just looked like crap. The quality was lost. I was like, they're done. And then internet went out. That was I would have probably kept going until 2 or 3 in the morning last night. But internet went out and I was like, that's my sign.
Nobody's to verify or corroborate that story, so...
My brother.
To me, it's just a lie. Oh, well, I guess if your brother is there, it's hard to.
He didn't. I mean, technically, he can't prove the internet went out because he wasn't awake. Yeah.
Boom! You just lied on yourself. You could have done more.
It's okay. That's what I do, dude. I'm good at tattling on myself.
I'm gonna tell the truth right now. Hey, I was actually having a great moment with DJ. Where I believe he told on himself as well.
That's what you do. You just bring out the you got a truth serum.
I would hope that everybody around me would always tell the truth, but no matter how much it hurts my feelings.
Movie. You were talking about a movie, the worst best movie.
Yes,
worst best.
I don't know if anybody has seen it, and it's good to see Mel Gibson back at it again. I thought he was pretty well done after the whole,
He got in trouble for something, right?
Oh, man, he was going off on his ex-wife during a divorce, saying all kinds of crazy stuff. So I thought he was pretty well done. But then he did follow up with the Passion of the Christ. So it's like, I might say some crazy stuff, but also, boom, Jesus loves me. And then from there, he's going to come out with this movie Boneyard. I don't know if he's just an actor in it or if the movie's shot like some like NCIS. I think one guy who was in NCIS might even be in this show. The acting, terrible. It is beyond terrible. Mel Gibson comes off borderline as like an insane person, like through the whole thing, but he's actually a genius. So props on him for playing crazy person.
When was it made? Do you know?
This had to be super recent because 50 Cent is in it.
Can we get a look up on Boneyard release date?
50 Curtis Jackson,
50 Cent, yeah,
is in it.
Should have been $1.
Does the wackest acting I've seen. I don't know who is whack, or him or the other police lieutenant.
That's the renegade cop guy. You're like, yeah, we gotta get you fired.
You're off the force. Get out of here. No, 50 Cent, he couldn't even do that. It was whackers in that. I was like, come on now. you could have gotten anybody else to play the cop. But it was literally that bad. But it's all about these abductions and people getting buried, in one area, and they just keep finding more and more bodies. More and more bodies keep turning up. What was that other one? We watched another one. It's an Ethan Hawke movie. It was a messed up movie, and he plays a serial killer who is living in his brother's house, and the brother has no idea that this dude's full on being Dahmer to all these little kids. And you got one house, he's killing people, and then the other house.
Boneyard was 2024? A 2024 film? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it is brand new. You're right. Okay. Continue.
Like, it was brand new to the $2 section at Walmart. Like, I'm telling you, dog, it's a great movie with terrible acting. Like, if they had more money to invest in better actors, it could have been so much better. Where was Jake Gyllenhaal when we needed him?
They had to have paid 50 Cent a pretty good penny to be in that movie.
They probably had to pay him $2.50.
You give me a $2 raise, I'm on it.
50 Cent's not asking for raises.
That's probably where they spent all their money. They probably spent all their actor budget on 50 Cent, and then he didn't do good.
And he probably didn't even bring any water. He's like, y'all don't even get any smart water.
I ain't even gonna sponsor Smart Water. Ain't even sponsoring this fucking movie. I don't know why that's my Curtis Jackson voice.
You gotta act like you getting shot in the face 9 times, and you have to.
My brother did hit me in the eye with an airsoft gun, like right below the eye. From he was an old house in Billings. He was at the front door, and I was like down almost near the road. So it was a distant shot. The fact that he got me that close to the eye from that far away was impressive. But it was like when I was like, damn.
Is there a distance that you have to be away from somebody that somebody could shoot you, but then the bullet would have lost enough speed and velocity
to just
hurt? Like how far is that distance that you have to be?
You feel
there's only one way to find out, but it's not the best way to try to find out.
Where's Johnny Knoxville when you need him?
Dude, I think somebody's done catching the bullet in your teeth.
No.
Yeah. Or trying to cut the bullet in half with a katana. Cut the bullet in half.
I think I've definitely seen that one.
There's definitely DJ, Dark Jamie, look it up. Tell me there's not a video where somebody has tried to catch a bullet with their teeth.
They took that video down real quick. Catch the bullet.
Is that John Travolta?
That's a movie.
Is John Travolta still getting after it?
I don't know. It sounds like he knows. I don't know.
DJ is another one. He's
dude. I don't
fake
think so.
Newsed us. He faked us, newsed us whole hard.
With the Bruce Willis just now, earlier.
Beloved,
was that Bruce Willis?
Iconic, cherished actor, Bruce Willis. He said he was dead. Yeah. Not dead. Totally still alive. I had to say it so fast because I was scared that somebody was gonna clip it and say he's dead again. I don't want that for him.
I've had so many pop up where like Sandra Bullock. Like what? No, nothing's going on with Sandra Bullock. I'm sure it's all fake news.
That's another good one though. It's like she's been out of the limelight long enough that is she doing good? Julia Roberts, you still out there, girl? Holler.
Because Facebook be popping up saying something happened
Jennifer
to
Aniston,
you or your family.
The same thing. You got to stay in the limelight so we know you're okay.
I did hear something about her, and then yet again, I wonder why my Facebook feed is showing me all this stupid Hollywood drama shit.
Probably because
dude, my feed,
your phone's too close to my phone.
Dude, my algorithm is so jacked up. It's like. This guy sends me a bunch of motivational shit, David Goggins-ish, and mine's all like...
Do you want to go over that?
The algorithm?
No, your inability to recognize David Goggins.
I get a vibe. It's a vibe, okay? It's a David Goggins vibe, and he is the most predominant at making me feel like shit for existing.
And you heard him speak, and then when he actually was speaking, did
fucking get up, run. Don't be a bitch.
Yeah,
like, dude,
don't be a bitch.
Dude, just makes me he makes me feel like
Carry
shit
the
about
shit.
existing.
It's probably because I make him feel like shit, and then if I compound the feeling like shit plus David Goggins making you feel like shit, you might, I don't want to say it because this is YouTube, but
You're gonna Goggins me out of this world, dude.
There can't always be compounding motivation telling you you're worthless.
My old boss used to be like, you got to tear him down before you pick him back up. It's like, well, maybe you should start picking people up. You've been tearing a lot of people down.
I'm verge of crying. It wouldn't hurt you guys to kind of be nice for once in a while. Some of us are actually trying our hardest.
Guys, it didn't work out, but at least we became better friends.
This next generation, though, they get to be that way. They get to have all the feelings.
Oh my gosh, right?
What are you going to do with the next generation where you can't tell them to do something because they don't feel a certain way? I watched it work so many times for...
They call silent quitting doing your job. They're like, he's not going above and beyond. He's silent quitting. Are you paying him? Are you going to give him a raise if he goes above and beyond? Like, I don't blame some people for just doing, like, what their freaking job description is. I don't blame them.
I do.
It's not quite quitting. I mean, yeah, obviously, I'm me personally. I am the type of person.
Can you imagine working with somebody who was doing the bare minimum while you're trying extra? Isn't that the whole point of
I would love that because I'd make them look like shit. Because in my personality, my dad has instilled me to freaking go the extra mile and do what you can. So I'd be like, that guy does not ever do anything like this, and I'm gonna fucking walk circles around him. But in a smaller situation like we're in now with a three-man team, obviously I don't want that. But like that's in a more of a big corporate area, a corporate job.
Just that's how it was structured, the three of us.
One guy who just don't do shit. The boss.
I'll take it. Yeah. I'll take that responsibility. Somebody has to take that responsibility.
Somebody's got to do it, dude. Somebody's got to do it.
Not everybody is equipped to do it as well as I am, so I have to do it.
Speaking of movies, what other good movies have come out recently?
I haven't even been paying.
I don't watch a lot of movies anymore.
I'm trying to watch the Despicable Me 4. That one.
Seen that one? Yeah,
that's pretty dang good.
Moana 2's coming out.
Oh, they got another Five Nights at Freddy's.
I haven't even seen the first one. I should probably watch it.
You should. That was actually really good.
Izzy's into Five Nights at Freddy's. It's not ideal, but she's a young kid. What can I do?
That is another one you should watch. If you want to watch a movie that's so bad but so funny. Because Nando, like I said, he's no longer my baby boy. He's basically almost a teenager. And they really it's a different ballgame. Unless I want to be the down your throat dad.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of want to just see what happens at the end.
Because, I mean, my dad was harsh about, the smoke and stuff. And it just in turn made me like want to rebel against it. So as much as you can sit there and try your hardest to push something towards your kids, but that's not always the way to go, I've found. So same thing. I'm going to kind of try to hold back and but at the same time, you can't hold back too much. There's got to be a fine line.
It's like, it's so funny because you have the best situation, boy, girl. You can't always let the boy do the same thing the girls are going to do, and you vice versa.
It's weird. I have to teach Isabel how she should be treated, but I also have to teach Logan how to treat women. Yeah, it's rough because I got to go both ways.
Mm-hmm. You can't just tell her to suck it up, and then that's my daughter.
Yeah. Just be like, Logan, you go have sex with anything you want. Izzy, You don't have sex with nothing, you know, like I can't do ever can't do that when they get old. That can't be my birds and bees talk with my kids when they get old enough. Yeah.
You get out of here. I already told you. Go have fun.
Logan comes home with 2 girls pregnant and he gets high fives from the boys. Oh, jokes, guys. They're all jokes, of course, but
it is. I wonder how funny would that be on the opposite. You know what I mean? Getting high fives from the girls. Just got some wang last night. It was such a good one. High fives all around.
He paid for dinner and a movie. All I had to do was suck a dick. Gets high fives from the girls.
Oh, man. I was talking about that. We had a conversation. How many times, this is good for the audience as well, like how many times a month would you need it?
I mean, it depends. Everyone's
DJ,
different.
Our behind the scenes guy, just a regular, I call him maybe a sex addict.
Sadict?
Sadict. He said every single day, 365 days a year.
Pull a hammy with those numbers.
That's what I'm saying.
Statistically speaking, you're going to get somebody pregnant.
Like, granted, we could do it like every day, but I'm not going to be able to put my best performance in every day.
You're going to starfish?
Yeah. I'm giving it solid 4 months. But when we get back into like November, December, I'm already
Q4 is
just what I'm saying, man. I'm already got to balance Halloween, Thanksgiving. I'm probably have to see my family a little bit. Christmas, the New Year's. I might really want to that January, February, where times are tough.
A celibate week. You need 1 week of celibacy.
That's when I'm really going to need it. That's when times are going to be the toughest after. Still love me after Christmas. Oh, Super Daddy didn't come through with all the gifts. Oh, still love Super Daddy regardless. Why is that so much to ask? When, in Valentine's Day,
the Super Daddy tag better not stick.
Why not?
Because I don't want to have to AKA you as Super Daddy when I'm introducing you as you're walking up to the karaoke mic. And here's my buddy up next on the mic, Super Daddy.
I am the closer, though. So
it is pretty super. Yeah.
It is.
You know how I feel about calling people daddy, all right? I'll be like, shut the fuck up.
I don't even let my kids call me daddy.
If she calls me daddy, I'll treat her like I did my kids and leave for milk, never come back.
I actually tell that to Nando all the time.
It's all jokes.
I tell him I could be just like all these other dads. I could just leave. So you should be thankful I'm even sticking around.
I haven't said it.
I told him my Father's Day present last year was a little whack. I expected better.
Dang, bro.
Between that, my birthday, I didn't really get anything good. I'm over here like, my son kind of is not.
Hey, I mean, you got to call him out.
You're going to stand for socks for the next 12 years from Logan? I already put a stop to that. Nando, and Nando's 11.
I enjoy some socks. Okay.
Every year?
I mean,
unless we're getting...
Dude, I've been getting socks and underwear every year for Father's Day since I was fucking a father, so...
I've definitely had some good Father's Days, and I've also had some nothing for Father's Day.
I do appreciate a good pair of brand new socks, though.
You have been broken by somebody. Where you just accept the bare minimum now. I got socks. I didn't have to buy them myself. I got socks.
Yeah, dude, I'll take some socks.
Man, to want so little in life besides just some socks.
Dude, it's the little things in life.
I mean, people are getting sponsored by sock companies, getting socks for free. People are getting sponsored by all kinds of stuff.
Where you at?
Yeah.
Socks. I'll take some Dude Hanes.
Bombas.
Wait. How do you feel about Fruit of the Loom and the Mandela effect of them
I'm
saying they
thirsty.
never
What about
use
some
the
liquid
conch?
death? I'm just trying to think of. What about some?
Oh, you're just going on a sponsor rant?
I am. I'm trying to think
Get
of
it.
the.
Go.
What's the cereal one?
Come on, you got it.
What's the cereal
come on,
one?
You got it, man. Come on. Kellogg's?
No,
Fucking Frosted
it's
Flakes?
the healthy cereal.
Oh, Wheaties?
No, it's like not any of like those brands. It's like the new one that's supposed to replace all of it because it's not as much sugar.
Didn't even know this was a
DJ,
thing.
what's the
Didn't even know this was a
fancy
thing.
cereal's name?
Fancy
It's like
cereal.
$6 a box.
Yeah, he throws the arms up like, what, you want me to look up fancy cereal? Like, what the fuck?
Do podcast. Just look up podcast cereal, and I bet it pulls it up.
Oh my goodness. Podcast cereal? That's not a thing.
I bet it's gonna pull it up though. Like,
Whose
I would know.
podcast was
If
this on?
Ariana was listening, she would. What's popping up?
Nothing, because podcast cereal isn't a thing. Cereal talk.
Chocorific. It's Chocorific. What brand is that?
Are you having a moment of that looks good right now?
No, it's Nestle. I just never heard of that. It's Nestle's Chocopic? What is that?
Chocopic. Chocopic. It's epic chocolate.
They literally look like, you know, the brown chip out of a Gardetto's bag? It looks like you'd eat a whole bunch of them. Like, oh, the cereal sucks. This is the worst part of the Gardettos. Once again, the brown ones suck. I want all the white pretzels.
Why they gotta be white, man?
Bro, it's those are the good ones. White is right last time I checked.
Oh.
And still no name for the fancy cereal. Can't find it.
No, dude, there
is a name of it.
They're trying to you can't redefine cereal.
If you looked at Wendigoon, he's sponsored by them. That dude's always pulling up a box of cereal mid sponsoring his podcast.
Talking about cereal, huh? Okay. I will say I am a big fan of cereal. I do have a bowl of cereal. I would say 80% of the nights that I live alive. Some nights I live dead. Is what I was trying to say there.
Yeah, I live dead. I ordered Uber Eats and
you died before you showed up, right?
Oh man, I was so mad the fact that they showed up. I was so happy, but also so mad because I literally forgot that I ordered it. And then I had to go answer the door. And then get excited about something that I did order just to be like, this is a terrible decision to eat this late at night.
Dude, that's my midnight snacks, a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to eat cereal like that 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. That's the worst thing you could do is put that all up in your gut and then just...
It's fine. Milk helps you sleep like a baby, bro. Not
a bunch of bread, though, which is essentially, I think at the end of the day, cereal's still bread.
Grain? It's probably more metal.
Metal?
You guys, you haven't, I'm getting into conspiracy shit again. You haven't seen the videos of people like taking the magnets to their cereal and fucking pulling.
No.
Yeah, dude. It's all. I'm sure it's all fake, dude.
It had to be. But
I found it online. It's real.
You know what is not fake? Shout out the water witchers.
Oh, the water witching. Yes. Dowsing rods. Yeah. That's what most people won't know what water witching is.
I would sit here and call them fake.
Yeah, we heard a couple stories from a contractor. I mean, gosh,
from a real deal,
experienced contractor, I would say. Yeah,
one you can actually trust.
And
shout out Manly Builders. I mean, who else do you want to have build you a house besides a manly builder?
Yeah, you don't want no Urkel looking ass. Actually, Larry Cohn was definitely an Urkel looking ass, and he built a good house.
Dude, I can't believe. Yeah, rest in peace. He might have been dead for 13 years now.
2011, it's a bummer.
The carpenter, what did he say? The carpenter's carpenter?
The carpenter's carpenter, yep, because he gave a lot of his
That's what I'm talking
ideas
like,
out. Yeah.
A lot of, as much as I hate to admit it, like it's cool when you have a bunch of guys who really know everything about anything. Whether or not that makes you pretentious, but Joe is pretty down to earth through it all.
Yeah.
But I've worked for other guys who are pretty pretentious when it comes to the amount of stuff that they know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they don't flaunt it in your face, which is nice. But
my little brother, love him to death. I can definitely see him when he's speaking too intelligent for me, and he just is like, "Let me dumb it down for you a little bit, you can understand what I'm saying."
You can see it in your face. You're just like,
I know exactly what Joe Rogan feels like talking to like Brett Weinstein or Eric Weinstein or
any of those guys,
or just trying to figure out what the hell Terrence Howard was talking about.
Right?
I still watch his little things pop up all the time, and I'm still like, I don't know what the hell
he might be onto something, but that's just because I have no idea about.
Last time I checked, 1 × 1 = 2.
I mean, 2 cups.
Pull out your calculators.
Pull out your dude. The calculators are part of the system, man. It's all built into the matrix.
Pi times pi. I mean, really, who?
What is pi times pi?
Who created the calculator?
Oh,
that's such a weird thing to think about. Like, you go from the abacus to a calculator, just typing in numbers. How does one thing on an abacus translate to
Blaise Pascal?
Pimp.
He looks old. The picture of him looks old. When did one of those get invented? 1642. That had to have been an abacus then that he invented.
So are we talking?
That doesn't sound right.
Is that a calculator or is that an abacus?
Because they didn't even have electronics in 16.
That was the
whatever. Had to have been.
It was the Texas Instrument TI-1.
Yeah, the TI-1. It took up one whole building. That's why they called it the TI-1.
And then also, is that where the rapper T.I. takes his name from? He's actually a Texas Instrument.
Dang, dude, I don't know, dude. My graphics card on my computer is a 1080 Ti.
Nando got his calculator for school today, and it's one of the ones that you got the pop
out. Off. You remember?
I used to play. Show him boobs. I hope somebody shows him boobs though.
I used to play Drug Simulator on our old. Remember those old calculators?
Oh, your brother had
the Drug Simulator.
You could download, a bunch of those little games into that. But it was like did you have a newer version or did you?
No, it was like the same version. You'd start in one city, you'd fly to another city, you'd have to try to find where one spot had cheap drugs, you'd buy them and fly to another spot, sell them for more expensive. You're supposed to pay off your loans and make so much money. That was a fun game on a calculator, dude. It was all just text. It was all just text. Yeah, it was all just, it wasn't actual, no animations or anything.
I was like the other one me and your brother used to play. What was that one? Something Larry?
Oh, the Larry.
Where you got like
Leisure Suit Larry. Leisure Suit Larry. That was even on floppy disk, bro.
What a time you had.
Floppy disk.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, to continue, please put in floppy disk 2.
Ooh. And I'll be honest with you, that's how retarded really I am. It's like I look at floppy disks and I was like, I don't really even know how this thing really does work. From floppy disks to CDs to Blu-rays to laser discs to all of it. I was like, I really don't know how this zeros and ones gets put onto that. What makes a real thing.
What blows me away is I didn't learn this till a couple of years ago. When they do a mold for a CPU, they do a bunch at a time, and they don't know how good the CPU is until they test it. So all these CPUs that are like a 14900K or a 9000K, they labeled them how they test. So these silicones never come out perfect. So like say you in one batch, you could have a bunch of 1400Ks and a bunch of 900Ks out of that same batch because it never is perfect.
Well, so just sell
that's how they determine your how powerful your CPU is how good that batch came out or that CPU out of that section of the batch. I'm like, what? That's how they determine the like how many cores it has is actually how many came through on the siliconing process. So if they can narrow that down to get better and better, then obviously the CPUs will just get exponentially better. If they get to where they can do one whole batch and have them all be 1400Ks, then that'll be crazy.
Say, you blew a bunch of people's minds who are like,
oh yeah, what is the case?
Silicone.
Yeah,
like you mean the stuff I keep the water out? I'm trying to waterproof my bathroom. This guy's over here talking about silicone.
He grabs a silicone. He's like, making computers?
I didn't know there was so much power here. Son of a gun. I need some more silicone.
He's just like stomping on some silicone. I'm making CPUs, ma.
It'd be like, I remember over on those apartments out on the West End when guys would cut into the apartments, stealing all the copper piping out of that.
Well, what is there really any way to track? Crackheads have that motivation. No, you can't track copper. There's no way.
Yeah, there really is no way. Unless you once in a while maybe get like a Lowe's like barcode on some copper pipe or something.
Even then, what plumber do you know is going, yeah, well, this pipe through this wall, serial number 102478.
That'd be so funny. They have to brand their copper like their cattle. That's got my stamp right there. I know it's mine. Oh,
shit. They got my shit again. Why are crackheads always going after my copper?
Bro.
The motivation behind them? Is that you needed to tell the motivation story?
Yeah, sometimes we're looking at homeless people and
assuming crack. Sorry for making assumptions.
This lady was moving quickly, so I have to think it was meth. She was about it. She was getting places. First time I go over because I got to dry some stuff, wash her up and go.
Oh, you're at the laundromat.
How to go dry some stuff real quick. For it. Go pull in real quick. Just throw the stuff in there. This lady comes barreling in way fast. I'm like, what the hell? And then she disappears down the alley in her car yet. And then get the stuff thrown in, getting ready to leave. DJ's like, hold on, watch out. And then here comes the meth lady barreling out of there. I swear, it's like, she must have been 70 pounds. I don't know. Leave, go what you gotta do. Come back. This lady has parked her car sideways, taking up like all the spots. The other side's already got all filled up, and then this side's got a guy who's already pulled way down here, and he's parked kind of weird. I gotta like finagle my way in between them, get all the stuff, get it back into the car, and this tweaker is out there smoking a cigarette.
Watching
you? Give a shit less.
Just watching.
Struggling. I got shit I'm trying to do. She could give a shit less. She was like, no, I'm here. That's how I park my car. Jesus. Deal with it. And I'm like, who the hell? Where do you get this bravery from, lady?
Who are you?
I should be able to hire my own tweaker to beat up another tweaker.
Dude, that's okay. You can't do that shit. That's where the guy from Bum Fights is all in trouble.
But I'm not.
We are going to record that shit. If you're hiring one to take out another.
Why can't you, though? I'm literally.
You're employing.
Boosting the economy.
We are. Dude, you know how many jobs just here in town? How many local jobs you could create with that? That is a business platform to stand on right there.
Honestly, I want to run this by you. You tell me if this is a good idea. We invest in a rickshaw company, gather up all the homeless people, stick some, like they'll become like professional sled dogs. A, we'll know exactly where they're at. B, don't got to pay them too much. We can automatically, dangle the food right there in front of their face.
So they're going for it. I was, in all actuality, thinking about that. Because don't you get...
There's no way you were thinking sled dogs, homeless people.
Not the sled dogs. That's where you lost me. But like in all actuality...
Whoa, lost you? You're not behind this?
Oh, if we're going to be sled dogging some motherfuckers, I'm in, dude. Bondage? Go. I'm in. Just kidding.
I'm just saying, it does get out out of control.
But no, it'd actually be a good business plan, right? If you could actually get these homeless people who wanted, and then I'm not being 100% honest. I was thinking about this in all actuality. If you found some homeless people who wanted to better their life, they could potentially end up being some crazy good employees and you could get away with paying them less, and you might be, I don't know, can you get government? Do you get income?
Yeah. Well, look at what Oregon was doing. Oregon was
more
in California. They're paying people to be homeless.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, as a business though, like with the disabled, if you hire a handicapped person, you get a government dividend as well for hiring them. Does that work with the homeless? You're like, dude, I'm hiring 5 homeless people, getting them off the street. If the government also paid you for that, boom, there's like more
and
income.
You become like the Rocky of the homeless community.
Yeah, but then you have to tell them you get one shot. If I like you don't no call no show to work, you're like out. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna be like, you would have to essentially house them somewhere, right? You can't just I guess maybe you could let them be homeless and just tell them to show up somewhere in the morning.
Okay, so you invest in a gym. And you don't want regular people in the gym. All you do is allow homeless people into the gym. You bring a sanctioned place where they can actually start training. You bring in the media. You get them to sign waivers. You get the whole 9 yards. Professional
bum fights.
We want the best of your best homeless.
And then guess what? Then we got homeless people coming from all over the country here.
Everywhere.
Sounds terrible, bro.
But we will have the toughest of all the homeless people.
We've got the best homeless.
And then that's it.
We had the biggest tournament.
We send our Donald Trump homeless man back in to govern all the homeless people.
We need a homeless president.
He'll Pied Piper him. All the homeless people with him to wherever he goes, into the sewers.
Like, hey man, you can have all those sewers under Las Vegas.
We'll have the best sewers, the greatest sewers you've ever seen.
You're gonna vote for me to be the mayor of the underground city in the sewers.
I bet that's kind of how Futurama came around, you know?
Well, I mean, you've
talked about that.
You've seen the underground city under Vegas, right? Have you seen videos of that?
We're supposed to supposedly have an underground Billings.
Dang. I mean,
there's tunnels. We have stairs at the rims.
I've been to the underground tour in Seattle, and that was super fucking cool. You're legitimately, like, you go in one spot and you do a big tour and you come out somewhere else.
How long do you,
it's like
before
an hour
you go crazy, if you go down there and they shut a door behind you?
If it was, I think there was only one way through that one, but if you ended up down there and got lost, I would go nuts.
One way in, one way out, though?
Yeah. For that tour, at least. And they had the other stuff sealed off.
Okay, then,
but
bam,
there's probably
slam both doors. Now you're in there.
Or
how long are you staying cool?
I mean, if the lights are off, about 5 seconds before I'm screaming like a little girl.
That's how I wonder, like, if you could even get your wits about you to be like, if I can just dig through the side of this wall.
In all actuality, I have to think that I'm pretty well level-headed, where if that did happen and I found myself alone in a situation like that, I'd probably be able to get myself out. Yeah, I might have some panic, but I'm pretty mentally strong.
Can you crack 2 rocks together and start a fire?
No, but I usually have a lighter on me.
Up. I'm gonna light my shirt on fire. We got torches. I'm getting candle wax. I'm crazy.
This guy.
I will survive. I will somehow.
You're out hiking on a place that's like close to civilization, and something happens like a cave-in. You get stuck out there. It's gonna be 2 hours. The rescuers are coming to get you. You're already eating the people you were out there with, and
I had no choice.
Like, dude, like, we just got the call 20 minutes ago that you guys were lost. Just like, I couldn't wait. Been out here for days. It's been 2 hours, guy.
Oh my god!
I can't believe you found me way out here.
The hunger caused this. It wasn't my fault.
I can't believe you guys found me way out here, sir. You're 150 yards from the main street.
This would never have happened if somebody would have packed a Snickers in my pocket.
I'm not myself when I'm hungry.
Cut me some slack.
That would be the best answer. Like, what happened here?
That not hold up in court? I'm sorry, I wasn't myself. I killed her. Yes, she died, but I
was
wasn't
hungry.
myself.
I was hot. I was hangry.
Where was my Snickers when you need one?
Give me a break, Judge. I was hangry.
Man, where was Jeffrey Dahmer's Snickers? We could have gotten him back all right. Can you imagine, girl? You ever watch that whole thing?
Lady on the other end of the courtroom's going, he hit me hard, Judge.
He hit me hard, Judge. He hit me hard.
But what, did I ever watch what?
I have no idea.
No, you lost it? Oh,
that quick. Difficult questions.
We're asking
DJ, what is our timestamp?
Oh, we're at
we free float.
105.
Thing?
We're at 105. I've got
an hour.
Yeah, I've got to hit here in about. I got 5 minutes left because I got to go pick up the kiddos at 2:15.
Oh, so. Look at that! You got to go get children. You guys are even lucky you got this much. 2 viewers. Appreciate you.
We got our mystery guy and DJ over there. We had 3 at one point. I did see a 3.
You saw a 3rd?
I did see a 3.
You're kidding.
And then I talked about butt plugs again.
Oh,
anytime
man.
I see 3, dude, as soon as I see 3 viewers, I'm like, butt plug nation.
Butt plug nation. Is that going to be
BP?
Should we have our separate audiences, but for the same show? We can have like, yo, my
people. It's like, oh man, people love watching. And then, like, you know, there's a certain, like, people, the demographic that love watching you, and then the demographic that love watching me, they are going to be completely different people.
And granted, I can imagine there's going to be a lot more people excited to see me every week than they are excited to see you.
Yeah, they might want to hear my conspiracy theories, but we're going to not do that here.
That's for another podcast.
Yeah. I could go on. Don't get me started.
Oh, man. I guess we were gonna wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah, I'm getting.
When are we gonna do this again?
Next week we got to do what? Tuesday, Thursdays? Should we do Thursdays?
No, it can't.
Tuesdays
be
and Thursdays. No, because you need you need a morning without.
Oh, I guess you could come here and we could do it again. One and then you do. But the one I have
to do something with the. I don't know.
Anyway, that's behind the scenes.
Yeah, we'll figure that shit out.
These guys aren't even Patreon members yet. They don't even get to be just getting all this stuff for free behind the scenes.
Patreon, dude. Yeah, we were. We'll have to do that again. Yet again, we talked about the OnlyFans situation on the end of last podcast. That'll be the next one.
We were talking about OnlyFans?
We were about to get into it when we were wrapping up, and then we did the same thing.
Because how many minutes we got?
We got like 4 minutes.
We got 4 minutes. Let's get into it then, because I don't want to leave on another like cliffhanger.
We were talking. Me and EJ were talking about if you were going to do an OnlyFans and you do dick costumes.
Oh yeah, that's why I was like, geez, it
would be pretty cool. So the reason I don't think I'd do it.
Make a movie about that. Also, I think Shane Gillis talks about doing that.
Dressing up your dick?
And just putting it in pictures randomly.
Well, I think it'd be great for an OnlyFans. You know, Christmas comes around, you do a little Santa hat, little fake beard, little Santa outfit.
Do you have one for every...
Well, that's the thing, is I'd have to ask my mom. She knits real good, dude. Be like, hey, Mom, I need you to make me a miniature Santa costume.
Is that real love from your mom, or is that
no?
You're not gonna tell her nothing?
That's the joke.
You're not filling her in whatsoever?
That was the joke. Is what would you do? Would you fill her in, or would you just be like, yo, it's like Barbie size but with a big neck?
I'd fill your mom in. What?
Whoa. It's fucked up, man.
I am just joking. Your mom is a wonderful lady. She's a saint. I shouldn't have said it.
Actually, you know what she did one time?
Tell me what
Andrew was over at the house.
She did me one time.
Oh, stop. Fucking stop. I'm just kidding. But Andrew was over at the house and she went and picked us up Budweiser, but she also brought him Corona with a lime. So she walks out, me, Ben Young, Budweisers. She gives Andrew a Corona with a lime.
Speaking of Ben Young... That old son of a gun.
We'll have to try to get him on as a guest, like I said last time.
You think he would come and sit down, take some time out of his precious schedule?
Oh, dude, what if we just had him back here and do an art piece? Just have
that would be dope.
Just have him draw. Like, you don't even talk, Ben. Just shut up and draw.
I wonder if he would take it like that. You know what's crazy? It must just be
so funny. He's so funny.
Talking about him, but now like seriously, my algorithm's picking up like welder stuff.
Because, I mean, we didn't even say the word welder. You didn't even say that.
It's weird how it does it. Like,
hey, don't say that.
Now because you're always watching those My Boss things, and that stuff
starts hitting me.
So
yeah.
once upon a time, I came across somebody who was super motivated, who made me motivated, which continued my motivational podcast. So,
Well, ad tracking is a thing. That's how they found out that the one guy that the shooter of the assassination attempt had someone visiting him from close to from Washington D.C. with ad tracking. So I'm sure it's with our phones being close to each other. Someone could find out that we've spent a lot of time together because of our ads, and I'm sure, yeah, it's crazy.
That's great. I just don't understand like how
they would track that. Yeah, just
now that's for another podcast.
That one, yeah, how they know.
Seriously, we can get in all kinds of great stuff.
They'll never know. How would they know?
They're never gonna.
Never gonna know. How
just like know? Delta Force, are they real?
Dude,
are they not
Delta
real?
Force. Fuck. All right. Hey, let's put those down for next week. Delta Force and tracking.
All right.
Boom. Much love, guys.
Much love. Until next morning.
Bye.
Bye.